Hello. Okay, I'm checking the audio here. Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're live after a fucking month. But I guess this is called Movies of the Month, so I guess I do have kind of an excuse. But anyway, hey guys, welcome back to Movies of the Month. I did the last one I did it again a month ago in January where I talk about movies. And the one thing I noticed, hold on, I think I can change something real fast. Hold on. Yeah, I can change something real fast. Hold on. I'm gonna still talk anyway. Um, but yeah, I talked about movies last stream because it was movies of the month, and where I would just talk about movies I saw that month, tell my thoughts on it, yada yada yada. You get the point. And yeah, I guess that's the end of it. Not of the stream. We just got fucking started. But yeah, and now I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do only 4 movies now. Hold on, wait. Whatever. Okay, I just checking something. Hold on. I'm checking shit, y'all. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm changing the little message. So I'm gonna put it something else later, but for now I'm just gonna put hi. um, I think that's it. Yep. Oh wait, hold on. Yep, that's about it. I'm sorry. But yeah. Like I said, so I'm gonna do that again. Only this time, I'm only going to talk about 4 movies because I only got to see 4 movies. At least this month, I was a little bit of a lazy bum to watch more movies, but I got a couple over here, and I think I got my list over here. Yep, the movies I'm gonna talk now in order are the Cloverfield Paradox, which I'm not kidding when I say is the only movie I've seen that is actually from 2018. So yeah, well, okay, the Cloverfield Paradox, Dunkirk, Straight Outta Compton, and Spiderman Homecoming. So yeah, that's a pretty decent amount of movies. I mean, 4. But yeah, I want to see more because I'm a crazy fuck when it comes to movies. But yeah, let's first talk about and go with the Cloverfield Paradox. And as you can tell, you're probably saying, if this is about movies, where the fuck are you in Minecraft? Well, because I don't have money to like buy like actual podcast ish um, materials. Like for example, an idea I got for making this was do like kind of like what Anthony Fantano does in his channel, where he sort of just like records himself live, and then like he also records something that's on the computer, we change the images and shit like that. And I wanted to do that because that looks really cool to me. However, like I said, I don't know how he does it. I think he's like some sort of editor or whatever. And I just thought, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna do Minecraft style. So yeah, if this looks ridiculously amateur, it's because it is. But I'm trying, okay? I try very hard with this goddamn set. But anyway, yeah, let's just talk about the Cloverfield Paradox. I got 2 books because I forgot to put the editor at the end. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can I can yeah, I think I can, kid quit the thing, so it looks so that the title of the movie looks a lot better. So yeah, okay, so yeah, here's my little model of the Cloverfield Paradox. Looks kind of cool. Hold on. Wait, no, not that one. There we go. It's a lot better like that because it's supposed to be in space. But yeah, let's talk about first the Cloverfield Paradox. I'm gonna tell you the basics first, like who they made the movie and shit. So if you don't know, which by the way, if I'm gonna probably do spoilers in every single one of them because I just like to talk about movies as much as possible, and I feel like with spoilers I can talk more. So if you haven't watched any of these movies, I recommend you watching them first, but whatever. So yeah, here we go. The Cloverfield Paradox. It's so cringe. I had to do this on Minecraft, but you know what? It's better than being fucking blank the entire the last time I did the podcast. It was just like the blank thing that appears on PlayStation, like when you're not playing a game, and that looks like shit. So this is a lot better. So I'm trying, guys. Come on. Anyway, okay. The Cloverfield Paradox was released on February 4th of 2018. It's distributed by Netflix and it's directed by Julius Onah. It's also written by Oren Usual and Doug Jung. It's produced by J.J. Abrams and Lindsay Weber. It's composed by Bear McCreary. The budget is $45 million. I think it's edited by Alan Baumgarten, Matt Evans, and Rebecca Balente. Sorry. Oh shit. No, wrong button. Wrong button. Fuck. And it stars Daniel Bowl, Elizabeth Debicki, Askell Haney, Gugu Mbatha, Gugu Mabath, that fuck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Gugu Mbatha Raw, etc. There's a lot, obviously, actors and shit, but these are the main ones. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave this shit over here. Stare to the thing. Hold on. Come on. Hold on. There we go. That looks a lot better. So yeah, Cloverfield Paradox is basically, as probably all of you know, the third installment in the Cloverfield saga, I guess, with Cloverfield, which I actually reviewed last month, and I thought it was pretty good. It's a pretty decent movie. And then 10 Cloverfield Lane, which everybody has told me, I haven't seen it yet, everyone has told me that it's a great movie until the last 10 minutes, which sucks ass. So I guess I'll watch it later. So I guess this, as many of you know, this movie just kind of came out of fucking nowhere. Like we were all watching the Super Bowl. Well, at least I was watching it just because. Like when I watched the Super Bowl, the only thing I really cared about was the trailers and Justin Timberlake's concert, which I also thought it was pretty okay. But and so yeah, we dropped trailers from Avengers: Infinity War, Han Solo, Mission Impossible, and shit like that. And then suddenly, out of fucking nowhere, Netflix just drops the Cloverfield Paradox trailer, and we're like, oh shit, where is it coming down? And it says right now, after the Super Bowl, you can watch it right now. Like, what the fuck? So, like, what? Are you serious? And yeah, it was serious because literally after the Super Bowl, I was on Netflix, and yeah, there it was. So yeah, when it comes to the marketing, as goes for any on the Cloverfield movies, the best part is the marketing because it's fucking genius. And this one, it was also genius. It got a lot of people hyped, and I really loved it. It was a little misleading, which I'll get to it later. It did kind of piss me off a little bit. But yeah, so the marketing is pretty damn good. But that's outside of the movie. So what's the movie actually about? Well, it's about that apparently the world is in a crisis. Yeah, apparently we're running out of energy. Everybody's panicking. The government of every country is going fucking nuts. They want to start a war. So everybody's just going out of the rails. Off the rails. I'm sorry. But for an alternative, they send a space crew to a space crew in space, obviously, so they can make some sort of experiment where it's some sort of particle accelerator, which is actually a thing that exists. I don't remember where, but yeah. So they basically want to do this thing because if they do it right, they'll gain like infinite energy because I guess it accelerates particles and shit. I don't really know the mechanics, but but of course, things go wrong, and shit starts to go out of hand. And like I said, like in the title, some sort of paradox comes where it like the particle accelerator apparently can create like a destroy reality as a whole and shit. And yeah, that's pretty much the plot of the movie. And you've probably been saying, "Wow, that was a pretty shitty description of the movie." Well, you know what? I want you to do the same thing because, goddamn, this movie sucks. I was, I was so fucking disappointed with this damn movie. Jesus Christ. Um, because like I said, even though I thought the first Cloverfield was a decent, good movie. I think I gave it like a 7 out of 10 or 7.5. I don't know. And yes, but I love the marketing, like I said, and all the shit like Tangrato and Slush Show and shit like that. And it was genius and it was pretty fun. And now we got this movie that's advertised as the explanation of all these things, and it's gonna be the best fucking thing in the world, and stuff like that. And you know what? The saddest thing about it is that it's marketed as the best, or not the best thing ever, but like the thing that will explain the entire Cloverfield saga or whatever. And it wasn't even a movie that was supposed to be in the Cloverfield saga. Just like 10 Cloverfield Lane, as I was told. Um, because the original movie, like just like in 10 Cloverfield Lane, where like the original movie was something called The Cellar, and then they added in a couple scenes. At least that what I was been told. This is the same goddamn thing. There was a movie called The God Particle or some shit, and again, J.J. Abrams just comes and say, "Hey, kid, you want to be successful? Well, imagine Cloverfield in your title of the movie. You're gonna make a shit ton of money," and they did. Well, actually, not really, because they sold it to Netflix. Although I can completely understand why they sold it to Netflix, because this movie sucks hard. So yeah, I guess I could say the good things, because I don't think this movie is like complete garbage. Because for example, the idea of the movie, the ideas that it has, are pretty interesting. The particle accelerator, the crisis, the wars, and this whole paradox shit. It sounds interesting. They're not used well at all, but they're interesting ideas nonetheless. And also, the cast, the actors are pretty damn good. And yeah, the actors, like they said, like Daniel Ball, Gudada, I don't know her name, Gudara or something. They're pretty damn good actors, which is the same because they portray such bland fucking characters. But I'll get that into later. We're talking about the good things. God damn it. Um, the score by Bear McCreary. Bear McCreary has done like, you know, stuff like The Walking Dead. He did the last 10 Cloverfield Lane, like the last Cloverfield movie, 10 Cloverfield Lane. He did actually did the score for the Angry Video Game Nerd movie, which I thought the main track is pretty damn good. So I'm familiar with Bear McCreary, and I liked it. It's not the best score, but I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty decent. Like I said, okay, so the actors are good. I kind of like the music. The ideas are good. Um, what else could I say? Um, I'm trying so hard. Um, yeah, I guess you know what? I can't get more good things because this is my number one of the problems with the movie. I can't remember I'm even struggling to find the things I find bad about the movie because this movie is fucking forgettable. It's so forgettable. Like damn. Okay, let's get into the bad stuff. I'm sorry. Um. Okay, like I said, the ideas are pretty damn good. They're not used well at all. That's the problem. Because, you know, okay, so yeah, they use this, device. They show that it's been like 2 years and it still hasn't worked. Which, by the way, the introduction, it's very it's very rushed. Like, it's very like I'm trying to find the word. Um, very I can't find a fucking word to describe it, but um, mashed up. I think I just said that, but whatever. You get that idea, where it's just kind of tossed out of nowhere or tossed like together very roughly and shit like that. And yeah, so the introduction was kind of weird, but whatever. Okay, so the opening of the movie is also kind of weird because we first get this the character. I don't even remember her name at all. I just remember her as the black girl who has a family that she cares about. And he's talking to his boyfriend, and it's kind of like, oh, don't go, we love you, blah blah blah. And then out of fucking nowhere, we're in space, which I like, okay, this is the Cloverfield Paradox, but if you didn't know this was the Cloverfield Paradox, so you'd be like, what the fuck just happened? We're just, in traffic talking about, the world having an energy crisis and this couple just discussing their life, and out of nowhere you're in space. So it's kind of rushed, but whatever. Okay. So after that, um, it's at least consistent. It's at least a little bit competent. But then when the paradox actually happens, I actually like the part when they start to like where the fuck is the Earth? I thought it was a nice scene. I really liked it. But then after that is where the movie just goes off the rails, just out of nowhere, just completely, just, like the first like 30-20 minutes are competent, and the rest of the movie just garbage. So, okay, let's talk about this. My number one problem with this movie is that it makes no fucking sense at all. It makes no fucking sense at all. And like, you might say, oh, it's because, it's a paradox. It's not supposed to make sense because it's a paradox, brah. And I get that. I get that it's supposed to be a paradox and, things don't really have to make sense because reality just gonna get fucked in the ass. But I'm sorry, I know it's a paradox, but it's also a very convenient, weird, um, strange paradox that even for a paradox, it just doesn't make any goddamn sense. Because okay, so okay, yeah, I'm gonna enter to spoilers over here. Um, the paradox just seems to do whatever the hell it wants whenever it wants. Like if it just was like a paradox and shit like okay, just shit goes to the rails. Then make it do go like fucking weird and just destroy reality and shit like and do make it weird as hell. But this it just like kills it does wherever it wants in a convenient way, like whenever it wants to. I don't know where this I think it was the Russian guy, like for some goddamn reason he just decided he wants to kill everyone, printing 3D printing a gun. Okay, yeah, that's how logic works, and yeah, I don't know where he's just gonna his eye starts to go weird. I actually thought that was kind of creepy and shit like that. But this just starts to talk to someone on the mirror. Like, okay, I'm at first I was like, okay, he's talking to like the other, because like, the other of himself, like because they said that oh, it can collide, parallel universes and shit. Oh boy. So I thought, okay, so he's talking to himself from another dimension. But that doesn't make any goddamn sense. It's impossible because it's impossible because at the fuck later in the movie that when they rescue this girl, I don't even remember their name. I don't remember any of their goddamn names. Um, it's like, oh, our ship crashed and everybody died, and oh boy, what's that? So okay, so everybody in the other dimension just died, which is a dumb as hell idea. Like why? Like because one of the promotional posters was that the main character, the little, I'm gonna keep calling her the black girl, because yeah, I guess this character is so fucking forgettable. I can't even remember her name or any of their names. And she's like staring directly into herself, and there's like this white thing that's separating it, like a light. And I know they just inverted, the picture and shit, but like they're obviously intending that, oh boy, she's looking at herself from another dimension or something. And I'm just thinking, why the hell didn't you do that? That's such a better idea. Why the hell didn't you just make it that I don't know, the two, because I heard like the original script was supposed to be that when the Earth disappeared, another spaceship was slowly getting to them, and they don't know what the fuck to do. Why didn't they make then that the other spaceship was them from on the other dimension, and and then like they start to fight for survival because they both want to save their own world, and they start to find each other, and shit gets real. Like that's such a better plot than just, oh, that paradox just decided he doesn't like these guys dead. Like why? It's such a convenient, stupid way of writing. Because yeah, the paradox just conveniently decides to kill these people whenever the hell he wants. Like, oh, I don't. Oh, this guy. Like I said, this guy just decided he wants to kill them, but right before he wants to shoot, the German and Chinese girl. I guess they're, which by the way, I guess they're dating. Like somebody told me they're supposed to be, dating and shit, but there's not a single thing that that points to that. Like, okay, they have like one scene when they talk. Okay, hold on, sorry, shit, I actually moved it. Fuck, hold on. There we go. Sorry. But they're like, oh, like they have one scene when they talk and argue, but that's it. Okay, so I guess that makes them couple. Boom. But yeah, so this guy, the Russian guy, just comes in with this 3D printed gun, and I want to shoot them for whatever reason. Why not? But then suddenly he just starts to bomb it. They rush them into the medical place and just vomits the fucking worms. I gotta explain. That there are worms. I don't know why the hell there are worms there. I don't know why you need worms in space or whatever. Um, and they're like, oh, it disappeared. What is it? And he dies vomiting those fucking worms. And okay, so I guess they got there because Paradox. And yeah, just shit just happens for no reason, like for no real reason except Paradox. I fucking hate that of this movie, that it doesn't bother to explain anything or to be logical or to even, if they aren't going to be illogical, then at least, make it very weird and actually go full on, on their weirdness. But no, they just, stupid shit happens and that's it. Like, and for example, after that, um, like I said, just shit starts to happen for no reason. For example, the comic relief, which is like I said, like these characters are so. I'm sorry, I'm being so. I'm sorry, being so. You know, I can't find the word. Disorganized, but just, I got. There's a lot of shit I'm talking about. These characters. It's amazing to me that you can hire such great talented actors, because these are very good talented actors, to portray such bland, forgettable, cardboard characters. Like I said, I don't even remember their fucking names. I just call them, the black girl, the comic relief, the Russian, the German, the Chinese, the black girl's husband, and shit. I can't even remember the names. I only saw the movie like a month ago, and I couldn't even remember their names a week after I saw the goddamn movie. But okay, yeah. So I was talking about yeah, that shit just happens for no fucking reason. But yeah, like I said, the comic relief just kind of just do his thing, repairing the damage that some girl did. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I don't know where they start to hear, you know, screams that clearly sound like a monster or a creature or whatever. But then they find where it is, and it's just some chick, trapped in wires, and you're pleading for her life, which doesn't even make sense, because first of all, how the fuck did she get there? I guess Paradox, which, to the film's credit, that is the most believable thing of the movie. That is the thing. That is the thing I can go, okay, maybe that could happen. Like maybe some one of the characters from the other dimension just got spawned out of nowhere. But what I don't understand is why. First of all, why is she screaming like a monster? At least until they actually find her. And second, why is she screaming like, like every once in a while, like every 20 seconds, just like, wah, wah. Like, why not consistently? Why not consistently? Like, you do realize there are fucking wires inside of her. Like, clearly that doesn't sound fun. So, yeah, and I guess it's because you can tease the audience, like, oh wow, ooh, what is that? Well, you can do that just while doing it consistently. Like, why don't you just make her go like something? I don't know. Just don't tease us like it's the alien. Because as far as I'm concerned, the alien could probably be in this movie, because this movie is not original at all. Like, okay, there's the idea of the god of the particles there and the war and the dimensions and shit. Okay, that's their idea. But like the rest of the movie is just like space tropes. The space tropes, like fucking the heroic sacrifice, the thing that slowly kills the crew, the asshole who betrays the crew, worms, and explosions and shit, and it just like, if you ever seen any space movie, like with a trope like Alien, fucking what is it called? Prometheus, like any of the Alien movies. What is this new one that came out last year? Life. Um, you know, any like tropes in space movies. Like they're probably here. Like I said, like the heroic sacrifice or the asshole who betrayed the team for no reason. Well, okay, they have a reason, but you get the idea. You get the idea that suddenly they decide they're evil. But yeah, I was talking about. I keep getting out of what I'm trying to talk about just because there's so much shit to talk about. But yeah, I was talking about the comic relief, who's repairing the spaceship after they rescued that girl, and then suddenly his arm just gets stuck, like out of nowhere, just magnetically pulls him, and he tries to get out. He just, it just gets stuck there, like it just fucking disappears. He doesn't have an arm anymore. He's not even like bleeding or in pain or whatever. Like he's just standing there. His half of his arm is just gone, and there's not even like anything come out of it. It's like he fucking froze because paradox, and because yeah, that's literally the explanation. Just paradox. Shit happens because paradox. And then out of nowhere, the arm just starts. The arm appears and is apparently sentient. Okay, okay, maybe I could go. Okay, so like I said, I was like, okay, maybe this is the arm of the other guy, from the other dimension. But like I said, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because the other one died, except for the girl. But yeah, so okay, so the arm is now sentient, and this is the part that, okay, when I first saw it, like I was legitimately. I'm sorry, I've seen my dog. He's so asleep. Anyway, okay, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, this is the part that like pissed me off the most, just because when I saw, my literal reaction was, how the fuck is that even possible? Like, okay, I was going like, okay, I'm a little bit on board with this. This is kind of crappy, but whatever. But then like the arm just starts doing like this, when you just kind of like scratching the table, and he's trying to write something, which how the fuck do you get to that conclusion? But whatevs. And then he writes, open the chest of the Russian guy you just killed, and inside of him, I forgot to mention this. The thing that they use so that the particle accelerator can start, gets missing, and nobody can find it. No one knows where the fuck it is. So this little sentient arm writes down in the table that they open the Russian guy's dead body, and they do, and there it is. It's just in his fucking stomach. Like, what the fuck? Like, did he eat it as well as with the worms? Like, that is not physically possible. But paradox, and oh yeah, and the girl who from the other universe says that the German guy is a traitor, kill that motherfucker, and they capture him, or okay, not capture him, but like they put him in like a cell, like in a closed cell. Hold on. There, like they capture him and they put him in like a cell or something, and then out of nowhere it just opens. It just fucking opens. He actually the guy who discovers the arm first, the sentient arm. And he's, and even like, okay, even okay, the character's supposed to be like confused and shit, but even I feel like I like to think that even the actor, like, that wasn't like acting, like literally the actor was just kind of like, Why the fuck is this happening? Like, what is this? Director, am I supposed to go? I'm sorry. Cameraman, what? Like, I think just Daniel Bowe was just confused as shit. But, yeah. And, what is this? And, so yeah, a bunch of weird ass shit happens. I'm not gonna talk about the entire movie because it's already been like 40 minutes. So I'm gonna, make it short. So basically, the girl who gets there, I mean, the main character, the black girl, we discover, oh boy, she has a family that died in an accident. Boo hoo. And then the girl from the other dimension, like, oh, but wait, there's another in the dimension I come from. Your family is alive and well and hunky dory. And I guess this is the drama. I guess like she's like the black girl is literally the only fucking character in the entire movie has somewhat of a motivation at all, like some like anything of actual character growth, and her only character arc she is, oh, she loves her family. Don't you love your family too? And that's it. Her entirely just love your family, and I guess it's better than having no fucking arc like any of the characters. So yeah, they decide, because I guess this is how fucking science works. Like, they're like, okay, so maybe we can start the particle accelerator back, and if we do it backwards, we can get to our dimension. What? No. Like, do you realize all the fucking shit that has caused this? Like, literally, like, do you not worry that some other guy will lose his arm, or some other chick will go into the fucking wires, or some other dude is gonna get worms stuck in his ass? Like, do you care? I thought you were fucking scientists. Do you even think of what of this dumbass plan? But I guess I guess the writers of this movie didn't give a single fuck. They were like, you're whatever, it's gonna work. Don't even think about it. Which I guess is the only way to somewhat enjoy this movie. Just don't think about it at all for like more than 2 seconds. Just like, fine, whatever. Even then, still, there even if you like the most and you're watching the most non-caring way possible, like in a, okay, it's just a paradox because it's shit, fine. There's still gonna be shit that's gonna piss you off because, like I said, the characters that have no fucking motivation at all, and the ending, which I'm gonna talk about later. So yeah, it turns out that out of nowhere, I seriously don't know why this happens. I guess because they tried to turn around the particle accelerator again. I guess the metal that the comic relief guy, was using to repair the shit. Everything metal. Where the comic relief guy is, just starts, getting stuck in the wall, and for some goddamn reason, this is a scene that really pissed me off. First of all, the guy just walks to it slowly to the thing they're stuck on. Who the fuck would do that? I mean, if someone was in the situation, I would expect them, run away, tell the people, what the hell is going on, look behind you to see that nothing else happens. But yeah, he just kind of walks through it like he just saw Jesus Christ. And second of all, the metal, he uses to repair the shit also starts, slowly to get to the wall, which, okay, that kind of makes sense. I don't know why it's getting to the wall, but whatever. But then it just straps into the guy and just pulls him into the opposite side. Why? Why the fuck again? Paradox. Why you could they couldn't even do like the metal just got the metal got strapped into the guy and now it's stuck where the all the other metals got stuck in. Like they couldn't even do that, and that was so fucking easy to do. And then out of nowhere, you see a toucan just hits the wall and fucking explodes. The comic relief guy is dead. Sucks. And also the Chinese guy girl is also dead because again out of nowhere because Paradox um she enters like some sort of chamber, and I don't know, just water starts to come through her, and then she like drowns. Well, because she doesn't drown, she almost drowns, but then again the spaceship just destroys itself for no reason, and she gets freezed into space. So yeah, characters just being killed for no reason because Paradox, and the black girl decides, oh, I'm gonna go with my family and shit because I love them so much. And the girl from the other dimension just goes, okay, I'll help you. And okay, they go, and of course she betrays her. Which, by the way, what a dumbass! Why didn't she couldn't just kill her, strap her, inject her, or something like that? He just literally just punched her in the face once, and that's it. Just run off. She couldn't even close the fucking thing. Like, well, okay, I guess she did close the thing, but like couldn't like send it off or whatever. I guess she doesn't have time for that shit. And it's so weird because okay, the black girl just kills. I mean, she just punched her, like leaps her, you know, how's it called? She leaps her unconscious for like 10 minutes or no 2 minutes. Also, how the fuck did she know where the gun was? Because when the Russian guy dies, they keep the bomb, in a safe so that nobody touches it. But and this was before the girl was even appeared in the wires and shit. So how the hell did she even know that? That's so dumb. But anyway, so okay, so I was saying she just punches the main character, but conveniently decides to kill the Brazilian guy. Oh yeah, I forgot about that guy. Like I said, they're so fucking forgettable. Anyway, so yeah, he just kills the Brazil guy. So I'm just like, why the fuck didn't you do that before? And then she goes to the German guy, Daniel Bull. Just gonna keep calling him Daniel Bull because I like Daniel Bull. He's a good actor. He doesn't deserve to be in this shit. Anyway, yeah. So and again, why doesn't he just kill all three? He killed the Brazilian guy. He just punches the black girl like once, and that's it. And with the other guy, he's just getting into a fist fight. Like, just fucking kill him, goddamn. And he actually shoots him. He actually legitimately shoots him, and he doesn't die for some reason. Like, the exact same thing happened to the Brazilian guy, and he died. So why not the German guy too? It doesn't make any sense. So okay. So the girl. Oh yeah, I forgot. Because the German guy, exploded the thing. They have to repair it back. And the black guy just decides he wants to sacrifice himself, even though there's no fucking reason why. Even the main character is just kind of like, yo, I could actually do this, without killing yourself. He's just like, no, I gotta put this cliche in the movie. We need that money, yo. So again, I guess she just so they go outside to repair the thing. And the black guy, the captain, I guess, just fucking uh sacrifices himself just because he can. And so yeah, it's only the Brazilian guy, the German guy, the main character, and this girl. So after that shit happens, and they get in the fight. They get in the fight. The girl who from the other dimension, do this so that he can save lives in her dimension. Which okay, that's actually shit. I actually wanted to see, how cool it would have been if instead of that bitch, Could be the crew, the actual crew from like under another dimension. That would be so much better. But anyway, so yeah, they get into fight. Obviously, the main character wins. They kill the girl, and she records a message to herself from another dimension, which by the way, she's like, "You're not crazy. You're actually seeing me," which is like, "Oh, okay." Like, that's gonna believe you, sure, why not? And okay, so the German guy lives for some reason, even though he got shot in the exact same way as the Brazilian guy. He died. And oh my god, I even forgot about the black girl's boyfriend who has his own storyline in the Earth, even though it's literally like 10 minutes of the movie and it doesn't add up to anything. Like, he just kind of goes into a hospital. He rescues some girl. She leads her to a bunker, and that's it. They don't even do anything with the fucking girl or with him, or they even don't even show what's going on. Fucking Christ. Anyway, so yeah, so apparently that dumbass logic, this complete professional scientist actually worked. Actually used the particle accelerator and transport it back. And not with only that, but they also tried again to that this time they actually get the infinite energy, and it actually fucking works. Why? Oh, because it's not even okay. Because paradox. Okay, convenient paradox. Fuck. And they're like super happy, like, yay, we did it, hooray, boy. And okay, so everything's hunky dory, right? Nope. The boyfriend is kind of like before him. Oh yeah, your wife is okay. He's gonna get here, and the guy starts going, no, 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 don't do it. They're gonna tell him to go back. There's crazy shit out here. What the fuck? And literally, fucking literally, the last shot of the film, it's just the spaceship fly by. Where the German girl and the black girl go. And then the fucking Cloverfield monster just jumps out of the clouds, roars, and that's the fucking end of the movie. What the fuck? Like, okay, like, I don't want to even talk about it. Like, first of all, it looks like shit. The special effects on the monster looks like shit, which is kind of ironic, seeing how this movie came out like 10 years after the original Cloverfield, and the Cloverfield monster in the original looks so much better than this one. Yeah, a monster from 2018 looks a lot better than a monster from 20. I'm sorry, I got mismatched. I'm sorry. I meant, yeah, it's kind of sad when the monster you created in 2008 looks way better than the monster you created in 2018. That's just sad. And second of all, it doesn't add up to anything. Like, oh, okay, so this movie is supposed to take place at the same time as the original Cloverfield, and somehow it also connects to 10 Cloverfield Lane. I don't have fucking idea how. But it doesn't make sense because, the Cloverfield monster in the original Cloverfield, it's just kind of like, a little, like, he's the size of, he's not as big as, the skyscrapers. He can tear them apart, but he's not as big. He's like, a little smaller than them. But here in this movie, he's taller than the fucking clouds. And it doesn't add up. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Christ. They just didn't know how to end the movie. They were just kind of like, oh, okay, what do we do, to connect this to the Cloverfield monster universe? Oh, let's just throw the Cloverfield monster out of fucking nowhere at the end. And that's it. That's the only thing you had to do. Like, that's literally about it. The only reason this has to do... The only thing this movie has to do with Cloverfield is that the monster appears at the end. I don't know where there's a bobblehead that says Slusho, because haha, remember that brand? There's one scene where one of the objects has Tagrato labeled on it, which like I said, haha, remember that brand? And that's it. Also, oh, and some guy on the news is like, oh, you're gonna release demons because the Cloverfield Paradox, bro. Which, by the way, how the fuck did you get to that conclusion? But whatever. That's it. That's it. That's the end of the movie. Now, you might be thinking, you described the movie like fucking shit. Well, that's because the movie actually goes like that. Like fucking shit, but also very disorganized, very disjointed, just goes where the fuck it wants to go. With no reason, or intention, or motivation, or inspiration, or whatever. So, yeah, I was just wanted to talk about this movie for like 20 minutes, so I talked about an hour of this movie. I'm so sorry. But, yeah, there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about more, but I'm going to run out of time to talk about all the other 3 movies. So, yeah, like I say, okay, so let's round up. So, the story sucks. The character sucks, which also sucks. We see how they're portrayed by really damn good actors. So, yeah, the actors are great, portraying terrible characters. What is it called? Okay, the story is shit. It doesn't make sense at all. It like, I'm so tired of talking about this movie. You know what? You know fucking what? I'm gonna make, Okay, so I don't know if you know this YouTuber. His name is Carnage Counts, which is literally some guy who literally just takes a movie and talks about, he edits the movie he just puts the clips of a movie that show deaths in it, and he counts the deaths of a movie. That's what they call Carnage Counts, and it's just a guilty pleasure for me. Like, I know he literally just counts the deaths of movies, and that's it. But I just like watching them. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure to me. But anyway, at the end of every video he does of any movie, he does like a mini review of the movie, or like a mini comment or a joke, or whatever. It's actually kind of funny. And I actually kind of like his opinions. They're very weird opinions, which I actually kind of like. And he did a fucking perfect analogy of the movie at the end when he did the Carnage countdowns of this movie, because it was on Netflix, so it was pretty easy to do. So yeah, I watched like a shit ton of reviews. I watched Chris Stuckman's review, with Jeremy Johns, the Sardonicast, which is, if you don't know, it's a podcast made by Ralph, the movie maker. Your movie sucks and I hate everything. They talk about the movie, and all those people do great reviews. But Carnage Countdowns did the perfect analogy. He literally just said at the end of the video, "Okay, so let me ask a question. If I film myself taking out the trash, like literally just that, just taking out the trash, and the final shot of that couple of minutes, and a fucking alien just comes out of nowhere, could that count as part of the Cloverfield saga?" And the answer to that, that was his little analogy, and the answer to that is yes, because that's what this fucking movie feels like. They took this shitty ass science movie, and that nobody was going to like anyway. Nobody even was going to watch. They attached Cloverfield in it. That feels like it. Like I said, like those couple of scenes that connected, because not even the characters. There's not a single fucking scene in the movie when they call the spaceship the Cloverfield outside from outside sources. But none of the characters in the spaceship call it the Cloverfield. They call it like the Shepherd or something. And yeah, it just feels like that. They just took a shitty ass movie, put some clips that connected to Cloverfield, and that's it. Like, imagine if, okay, so I really like, like I said, I really love Carnage Countdown's analogy, so I'm going to make my analogy. Imagine if, the movie I just saw, like, last month, Your Name, the anime movie that grossed like a shit ton of money. I love that movie. That movie's goddamn awesome. Imagine if that movie, It was the exact same goddamn thing, like the exact same movie, but like the only thing that changes is that there's a couple of shots where it says Tagrato or Slusho or whatever. Some character that doesn't isn't even fucking like important to the story says Cloverfield for no reason. Like he says some lines and then in the lines he just says Cloverfield, like oh it's um the Cloverfield paradox, whatever. And then literally the end of the movie is not like the reunion or whatever. I'm sorry, I'm telling, I'm gonna say spoilers from your name, so I'm sorry if I spoil it. You can skip this part if you want. Um, but yeah, so and yeah, at the end of the movie, instead of the beautiful reunion, it's literally just, oh, the meteor wasn't actually a meteor, it was actually the Cloverfield monster. And in other words, just this fucking thing just comes out, kills the characters, and that's the movie. It literally just feels like that. If they just a movie that has nothing to do with Cloverfield, put some shit in it, and that's it. So yeah, that was that was bad. That was a bad movie. And at first, um, when I first saw it, I was just kind of like, that was kind of, that was. I thought it was bad, and I really didn't think it was, god awful. But then, when I started to think about it more, and I started to watch, reviews and shit like that, people pointing out shit, and I started to think about it more. I was like, yeah, this is stupid as hell. So yeah, I'm literally just stopped talking about the first movie. I'm already out of breath. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm gonna keep talking. Jesus Christ, we're already an hour. Oh man. But yeah, so I guess that was the Cloverfield Paradox. It sucks. Don't watch it. If I give it a score, I will probably give it a 3 out of 10. Because, like I said, I think the score is okay. I really like the actors and the ideas, but aside from that, it's just bad. It's just a bad movie. I'm sorry. But okay. I need water. Can you wait for me, guys? I need water. I'm sorry. Hey guys, I'm back. Eating cheese. Because I'm tired. I'm tired of talking about this fucking movie. So, yeah. I guess that was it for the Cloverfield Paradox. 3 out of 10. Don't watch it. It sucks ass. Okay, let's talk about actual good movies. um. Okay, hold on. Let me get this fucking thing again. Okay, I'm coming up. Okay, there we go. Now, let's talk about Dunkirk. Am I right, guys? You want to talk about actual good movies? Okay, let's read this first. Actually, you know what? This is actually the only movie I've seen that is actually nominated for the Oscars, which is kind of sad because the Oscars are like, in like 2 days. So yeah, kind of fucked. But okay, let's talk about this first. Sorry, I'm eating my little cheese here. Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. No. Okay. Okay, let's read this. Let me get comfy here. Okay. Released on July. Okay, Dunkirk is a movie that was released on July 13, 2017. I'm so sorry. This is so fucking unprofessional. um, it's distributed by Warner Bros. And is directed and written by Christopher Nolan. Produced by Emma Thomas and Christopher Nolan again. It's composed by Hans Zimmer, edited by Lee Smith, and its budget is $100 million. Wait, did I forget something? I don't think I did. I hope I didn't. And it stars Fionn Whitehead, Tom Carney, Jake Lowden, Harry Styles, etc. But okay, here we go. Okay. Oh shit, the battery of the phone died. The one I'm using, so I can see the stream and shit. Well, okay, I can still talk. I don't care. Anyway, okay, so if you don't know, Dunkirk, which is a movie that's nominated for Best Picture, which is kind of exciting. It's a movie about hold on. I'm tired. Okay. Okay, it's a movie that is based on real life events of, oh wait, hold on. I forgot to do this. Hold on. Leave it there. There we go. Looks a lot better now. Okay. So yeah, Dunkirk is about a real life story from, when the British and the British and the French soldiers. I think they were French and British. I don't know. I'm sorry if I am wrong with that. Are being cornered and a little bit fucked by the Nazis, the Germans and shit. I guess I don't know if I think this is on World War II or I think this is World War II or World War One. I don't know. Anyway, it's the Germans. They're being either they're Nazis or some other of just the Germans from World War One. Either way, they're kind of fucking them over. So, and they got like 200,000 soldiers trapped in Dunkirk, and they literally can only hope for a fucking miracle so they can save themselves. and the story does follow uh, three groups of characters. The story isn't about the characters. It's about the event. The event of Dunkirk and all the crazy shit that happened. So yeah, like I said, this movie isn't really character based. It's much more story based and atmospheric way. Like for example, like the characters aren't really that developed, but like I said, like it's not like in Cloverfield Paradox where they're just bland fucking characters just because they're bad written. Here, while they're not bland characters, now that they aren't really like character based, they're not really that memorable. I don't even think I remember their names. But it's because that's not the point. The point of the movie is about, like I said, the story and the events. And this movie is pretty damn good. It's a pretty damn good movie. Do I think it deserves the Oscar? I mean, okay, I haven't seen the other movies, so I guess I can't really, it isn't really fair to compare it. But hold on. Okay. But in terms of a quality movie, I guess it deserves to be nominated. I don't think it deserves to win. It's kind of like Hacksaw Ridge. I can see why, but I don't think it deserves to win. Do I like this better than Hacksaw Ridge? Kinda. It's something that really surprised me is that this movie is like I think it's like an hour and 40 minutes or something. It's not even like 2 hours. It's not even like 2 hours long, which really surprised me because it's Christopher Nolan. He likes to extend his shit. But yeah, this movie is, at least for Christopher Nolan standards, it's pretty damn short. But you do not feel the time, or at least what I'm trying to say with this is like you do not feel. The movie is incredibly fluent and has very impressive, um, pacing and shit. Because, like I said, these people are, stuck. Okay, so it follows these three groups of people. First, it follows this guy. I think like I said, the guy who's been portrayed by Fionn Whitehead. It follows the soldiers, the soldiers who are trapped there and trying get the fuck out, and it follows the specific group when this guy called where Fionn and Harry Styles' character, trying to survive and trying to get out, and the second one is from this I think it's a father, his son, and some other kid who they're friends with, who they're trying like a lot of civilians are actually getting to Dunkirk by themselves to actually help the soldiers. I'm sorry. And the third story is about the pilots. It's like three pilots that they go into Dunkirk to again help them, not necessarily rescue them, but actually try to help them because, like I said, the Germans are closing in, and they're getting closer and closer to just fucking kill them all, because I guess Germans were always evil back in the day. I mean, I'm not saying this movie's historically inaccurate. Like, Germans were kind of fucked up back then. But okay. So yeah, I guess I could talk about. Okay, so let's talk about what I like about this movie. It is shot fucking beautiful, which I guess I shouldn't be surprised because, like I said, it's Christopher Nolan's direction and it's always fun with his movies. But damn, you feel every fucking explosion, every fucking death. Like even if like it's not very graphic. Like they know they don't act. It's not like Hawks are rich when with the the limbs just fly out of fucking nowhere. It literally just the bodies. So it's not really gorish, which at first kind of bothered me, but but for me it was a lot more But for example, when in the first shot, when the bombs fall off and they kill some people, some of the people who are besides the guy, the main character. At first, I like that scene really, really. I really like that scene. I like the atmosphere that it set. But I was a little put off by why the fuck um the guy who got killed right in front of him, his limbs splatter, or why did the guys who got killed by the bombs are just literally just bodies? Like when something explodes in front of you, you don't just like fall over. Like you just like explode and you fly over and then you're dead. That's it. No, you fucking explode. But whatever. And at first that was kind of bothering me. I'm sorry, checking. But then then I saw really dark shit like soldiers getting killed in boats, drowning, I should say, or dying in horrific ways, and it's disturbing. This movie is intense as fuck. That I gotta say, like, I seriously, I did not know where it was going. I mean, at least if you know the actual story of the movie, well, not the movie, but the real life, actual shit that happened. Um, but yeah, like damn, this movie is intense. It is fucked up. Like the little like the first shot of the movie sets the tone pretty damn well. Like it just shows a bunch of soldiers, like British soldiers, just walking around, minding their own business. Like papers are flying everywhere, and I really like that shot. That shot is incredible. But anyway, so yeah, and it's this paper of the Germans and attacking. Let's get the fuck out of here. And the Germans start attacking. Like at first I was thinking, okay, this is gonna be that the main crew that are going to be trying to escape or whatever, and literally they're the first one to get killed. Like literally, with the exception of obviously the main guy, Fionn Whitehead, I think the name of the actor is. Everyone just gets fucking killed, which I got really intense and scared. Like damn, they just got fucked. Which is actually something I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I actually really really liked like the fact that you never really see the Germans. Like the only like glimpse you get from them is at the end when they're taking the pilot. Okay, I'm sorry, spoilers. Okay, I'm gonna put spoilers like in here or something. Anyway, let's put it anyway. Let's put it like right now. I don't have time to lose. Anyway, but yes, I really liked that. You never see the Germans. You never see the enemy, and I don't know if it was actually um, intentional, and but if whatever not it was actually intentional or not, it works on its advantage because it makes you feel more uncomfortable and shit. And for example, like I'm sorry, okay, I'm not concentrating at all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to put this here. Hold on. Warning, spoilers. Hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. There we go. I was trying to put that. There we go. There, you see, it says warning, spoilers down below, so I don't have to do it again. So anyway, like I said, I really like that. You never see the Germans until only you barely see them in like one shot, and that's it. Like I really liked because I don't know if it was intentional or not, but I feel like it was. But it adds to the uneasiness of the movie. Like you're never fucking safe, ever. Like you like on land, in the city you can get shot. On the island, bombs can come out of fucking nowhere. On the boat, missiles. Like you could literally die at any second, and that's fucking intense. So yeah, I really like that. And like I said, it makes you really feel uneasy. It's intense. Um, oh, and I really like how practical and how real it is because they barely used CG at all. Like at all. I think like it really like when they're on the pilot. I don't like I don't know what the name of the fight scenes are. When they're in the plane and they're shooting each other. Like it literally feels like they just attached a fucking camera to one of the planes and they were actually shooting them. Like it feels that real and it really feels that intense and it looks gorgeous as fuck. Like this has to win at least best cinematography or whatever. Like seriously, this is or best director. Like again, I haven't seen any of the movies that are like at like I don't know uh nominated. I'm sorry, but if this wins best director, I wouldn't mind. Like damn, like it seriously looks beautiful to look at, which is ironic. Seeing I'm just seeing a bunch of death and gore. Well, not actually gore, but just death and destruction and people getting fucked. But yeah, it looks awesome, and I think they're called cockfights. I don't, cop fights. I don't know the fights were the planes. Damn, that is those were fucking breathtaking. Taking. Um, because yeah, so I think like Rob from Channel Awesome said it best. Like when people like he said like when people were like, oh, Star Wars set the tone of how space battles have to be, and he says, so I think this is Dunkirk's turn. This is how the plane fights are going to be. They're going to be like, what is not as good as Dunkirk or whatever, and I seriously agree with him. Like they're intense, they're realistic, and they're pretty badass. Like they're awesome. But anyway, yeah, okay. So I've been rambling about the movie, no real intention. So yes, like it seriously feels awful seeing these characters, especially like the crew. Like for example, the pilots and the citizens are doing, they're also doing with dark shit, but nothing like the crew because they're seeing their partners die. Like there's this scene where everybody just eating, relaxing in one of the space boats, and then suddenly a fucking missile just jumps in, and then everyone just starts drowning in the cafeteria. Like I seriously was just scared as hell in that scene. Like fuck me. And so yeah, they never give these characters a break ever. So yeah, it is very intense. So yeah, okay. I really like that about the movie. What did I didn't like about the movie? Well, like I said, I think the characters are pretty like they're not Cloverfield Paradox level of blandness and forgettableness, but is that even a word, forgettableness? I don't know. But yeah, they're not very. They're the most interesting part, which I get. Like I said, I know it's like the point. Like I know it's not the characters are not the point of the movie, but like not very well developed characters are just not very well developed characters. Like they're fine, and you legitimately feel for them. But like I said, it's not about them. It's about the event, the event. So yeah, so okay, the characters are okay. Um, Shit. Yeah, I'm trying to think something bad about the movie. Like, okay, so yes, some of the scenes can sometimes drag a little bit, specifically with the civilians. Like, I like the scenes with the civilians, but they're the least interesting. Um, or at least until the pilot, when the pilots arrives to their ship. That's when I really liked it. I feel legitimately sad of the death, not only for the little kid who died, but also for the guy who killed him, because he was just in a bit of rage, in a panic, because that's what war does to people. I never been in a war, like thank God, and I also never met someone who has been in a war, which again thank God. But I imagine this shit does to people. It just makes them fucking panic to whatever the hell is happening. So yeah, like this movie is a pretty damn good movie. It's short. It doesn't feel short. Like, okay, so it's not like I'm not saying in a way of like, oh, it takes forever or whatever. No, no, no. I mean like the movie ends and you feel like you just were like 2 hours, or like you just watch a goddamn 3 hour movie. And not saying in a way of like, oh, because it drags so hard, but because it's so fluid and so intense and with so many shit going on that you seriously think that you've been there for like for as long as the character had been there, like for like a week or some shit, and it's only been like an hour and 40 minutes, and it's incredibly fluid too. Oh yeah, the actors, like I said, while the characters themselves aren't really that interesting, the acting is pretty damn good. Especially from Harry Styles. He really impressed me as an actor. I really liked him. So yeah, and also I really like how at first I thought it was pretty weird how the movie was handled, timeline based. Like, okay, I get it, it's different timelines because, you know, shit happens in different times because that's just how the world works. I thought it was at first thought it was pretty weird and inconsistent when I first started doing it, but then at the end, when how everything wraps up, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And at the end, when everyone is just cheering that one pilot who stayed to save that, he sacrificed himself for them, and I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude, you're the best. But yeah, I don't know why I talk only for like 27 minutes about a movie that I thought it was pretty damn good, and then I talked about for an hour a piece of shit like that, like fucking Cloverfield. But anyway, so yeah, that was Dunkirk. I'm already done. Jesus Christ. So yeah, Dunkirk. The special effects are damn awesome. Like the direction is pretty damn good. The characters are okay, but with pretty damn good acting. The score is by Hans Zimmer. I actually think, yeah, I forgot to put that in the book, but yeah, Hans Zimmer's scores are always awesome. At least most of the time, anyway. So yeah, so the music the soundtrack is pretty damn good. The technical stuff is just downright breathtaking, just fucking terrific. Um, the acting is good. The characters are okay. Um, yeah. It's a pretty damn good movie. I gotta say. Rating. Hmm. I guess I will give it a. I was first thinking of an 8, but maybe not. Maybe I'll give it like a 9. Maybe a 9. Yeah. Or like maybe I'll put it like a 8.7 or something, or 9. 9. Let's put it 9. Like it really deserves it. Like I said, it's not a movie for everyone, but I thought it was pretty awesome movie, and yeah, it really impressed me. So yeah, that's it for Dunkirk. Hold on, put the shit again. Now let's talk about the other two movies I have. Hold on, I have to go to this portal thing. Get in, get in, get in. Oh my god, that sounds so fucking loud. Okay, so you see this whole shit I just prepared just to, transport into different. Oh shit, hold on. That happens a lot. The shit. This is the shit I did just so I can go faster and I don't have to do the creative. So it looks more fluid. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So like I said, we're gonna talk about the other movies: Straight Outta Compton and Spiderman Homecoming. Here we go. But yeah, Dunkirk, pretty damn good movie. I will give it a like a 9 out of 10 a day. It was a lot better on day. And let's get to Straight Outta Compton. There you go, there's the title. I recreated myself. And here we go. The movie was released on August 14, 2015. It's distributed by Universal Pictures. It's directed by F. Gary Gray. Written by Jonathan Herman, Andrea Berloff, Ashley Savage, and Alan Wenkus. And it's produced by Ice Cube himself, Tomika Woods Wright, Matt Alvarez, F. Gary Gray, Scott Bernstein, and Dr. Dre himself. It's composed by Joseph Pense, edited by Billy Fox and Microtronic. The budget is $50 million, and it stars Ice Cube's real-life son, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Corey Hawkins, Jason Mitchell, and Paul Giamatti. And hold on, this here. Okay, let me put the thing here. Hold on. No, wait, no, this is not the one. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so Straight Outta Compton. Straight Outta Compton. Crazy motherfucker name, Ice Cube. I just got the song stuck in my head. But anyway, yeah, Straight Outta Compton is a movie, obviously. It's a biographical movie about what's probably the most influential rap gangsta band of all hip hop of history, at least in hip hop of all time, NWA, or Niggas with Attitude, because that's the abbreviation actually. So Niggas with Attitude, or NWA, is, as I just told you, considered the most influential rap gangsta group of hip hop history, and because it started with such influential great rappers such as Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, ECE, MC Ren, and DJ Jella. Although this movie is more specifically, how's this called? It's more, centered around the lives of the first three, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, and ECE. Mostly because, Ice Cube and Dr. Dre actually produced the movie, like I just said, and this is a tribute movie for Eric Wright, or ECE, Easy motherfucking E, should I say? So yeah, this movie is pretty much a biographical pick of that shows the rise, when they first got popular, when they got really popular, and then how they pretty much just became frenemies. They pretty much stirred a lot of controversy. They themselves started to get in drama and shit. Just basically the rise and fall of NWA. I gotta say, I was really surprised with this movie. Like, I just heard it because, like I said, I'm a very big music fan. I'm always trying to get into new music, and for some reason I never heard of these guys. I mean, I heard of Ice Cube and that's it. But I actually even, I'm sorry, I actually didn't even knew Ice Cube. I know Ice Cube was a rapper, but I didn't know if he was that big of a rapper, which kind of shows my ignorance and kind of dumbassity. It's not even a word, dumbassity. It's a word for me. I don't know. It's a new word. Fuck, put it on the fucking dictionary. It's dumbassity. Copyright. Okay, I'm not that funny. I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I was very interested in this. I saw Anthony Fantano's classic review of the album Straight Outta Compton, which is actually the title of the movie, like we just saw. And yeah, I was not only was I personally surprised with the music because the music is just awesome, but the movie itself is actually pretty damn good. Because most movies that are about the music industry, like for example fucking sorry like I said, the life of a music person, like someone, an artist or whatever. Usually they're not very good. Like you get some, like for example, the Beatles movie. Actually, thought it's kind of fine, good movie. And but for the most part, a lot of them are just kind of, they range from okay to just kind of meh. But this one actually was pretty damn good, because it shows the life of these three specifically: Eazy-E, Ice Cube, and Dr. Dre. And my God, do you feel the passion in their fucking soul of these guys in their music and what they're doing? How passionate they are for this kind of shit. And yeah, so okay, what I liked about this movie, it is very well written. The pacing, and it's a very fluid movie. Um, okay, I'm trying to concentrate here. Concentrate. Okay, the score of the movie, like the actual score, like choreography, is made by, like I said, this guy, and I thought it was okay. Okay, it was good. It was good thing in the background. However, the actual soundtrack, like the songs they use, when they actually recording music, is fantastic. Um, I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack of the actual songs is pretty damn good. Um, so yeah, the characters are pretty damn good. Although I shouldn't say characters, seeing how they're actually real life people. um, like I said, you can feel the passion in their fucking eyes. When in the songs, and how and their hatred sometimes um for the police, for the people who hate them, shit like that. And how rebel, that sense of rebellion they have. And they don't shy, like a lot of people were like, oh, they don't, because Ice Cube and Dr. Dre, are producers, they shy away from some of the shit they did. And well, I can tell, I can see where you're coming from. I would argue they do show quite a bit. They do show quite a bit of because they don't show, like, while they do, like, they're not like 100% honest of what they did. They don't shy away from the bad shit that they did. And especially seeing how both Dr. Dre and Ice Cube were producers, they don't shy away from the dark shit that they did. How kind of fucked up what they were back in the day. But yeah, so I really like that. I like the realism of the movie. Um, I like how the bitterness of it. Like for example, I didn't know, because I knew the song "Fuck the Police." Obviously, it's a classic song, but I didn't know, because I don't know, if this actually happened in the real life story. But the "Fuck the Police" one was inspired by just the hatred of the police, and not just blind hatred, like, oh, I want to be a rebel and I'm just gonna hate the police because I'm a rebel boy. No, like, they legitimately hate the police because how much of fucking assholes the police really is. At least back in the day. And even today, like, at least, okay, today, the racism, it is kind of, being a little bit more calm now these days, a lot more passive aggressive than it is aggressive, but it still exists. And sadly, this movie is very in date, even though this movie is supposed to take place in like the 80s, the late 80s. But still, like, yeah. And like I said, as for the I like the directing. The F. Gary Gray. I really like his directing on the movie. Um, like I said, I love the realism. I like the rebellious side of the movie. Um, the soundtrack is pretty good. Um, it can get very emotional. At the very end, like, okay, so yeah, I think my problems with the movie. Okay, so yeah, the soundtrack, like the actual score, I guess it's good. I guess it's good. Um, the first, no, not the first, like the last third of the movie is not as entertaining as when they're popular, because the last third is more drama based and more intense. And it's fun to watch, but it's not as good. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to think things I thought it was kind of weird. Um, I'm trying to think. Okay, I try my best, guys. No, I really don't think so. I really, wow, it's 12. It really is 12. Jesus fuck. Anyway, and I had to talk Spiderman Homecoming real fast. Anyway, so yeah, I guess I'll wrap up this fast again. I really took my time with Cloverfield Paradox. I'm so sorry. But anyway, so yeah, Straight Outta Compton. Um, I really loved. I legitimately loved. I thought it was pretty damn good. So like I said, the acting. As I was about to say, the acting is fucking incredible by everyone, especially like Ice Cube's son who portrays Ice Cube. I know, which okay, yeah, obviously he looks exactly like Ice Cube because he's his fucking son. But even if you take that out of that, the mannerisms, the way he talks, it literally is a pretty damn good imitation. So good job, boy. You imitated your dad pretty well. And all the other actors, like the guy who portrays Eazy-E and Dr. Dre and Paul Giamatti, like they're pretty both, like, especially Paul Giamatti, and the first like Paul Giamatti, like I think the name is Jerry Heller, the guy who the person who portrays who is portrayed by Paul Giamatti, and the three main band members. Those specific, like, the acting overall is pretty good, but those specifically are damn good. And the script is pretty nice. Um, the acting, I loved it. The soundtrack that comes from the songs is pretty damn good. It's really fun to watch. Just watch it. It's a fun movie. It's a pretty damn good, realistic, fun movie to watch, and it has a great soundtrack. So yeah, as for a rating, I would first give it in. I it's not really that great of the movie, but it's just so fucking fun to watch. Such an amazing movie. I have to give it a 9, just because how it's just fun. It's a fun movie. Okay. So yeah, I'm sorry if it's a little rushed, but I really got to wrap out here. So yeah, Straight Outta Compton, 9 out of 10, fun movie, fucking watch it, and NWA. So yeah, that's about it. One, and let's get to our final movie of today. Wait, this is not it. Which is Spiderman Homecoming. Yay! But first, let me get this. Okay. Let's wrap it up fast, because actually I don't really have to say that much of Spider-Man Homecoming. Anyway, let's go. Oh shit, wrong button. Okay, Spider-Man Homecoming. Released on July 7th of 2017, it is distributed by Sony Pictures. It's directed by John Watts and is written by Jonathan Goldstein, John Francis Daly, John Watts, Christopher Ford, Chris McKenna, and Eric Summers. Jesus fuck, it's a lot of writers. It's produced by Kevin Feige and Amy Pascal. It is composed by Michael Giacchino. Hey, hi Michael. It is edited by Dan Leventhal and David Berman. Its budget is 175 million, and it stars Tom Holland, Michael Keaton, John Favreau, Zendaya, Robert Downey Jr., etc. And let's talk about this movie real fast. Okay, hold on. Let me get, yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. There it is. So yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming. And somehow, if you don't know what this movie is about, what the fuck's wrong with you? But anyway, so I'll say yeah, I know the O that's supposed to be to look like the Spider-Man logo. It doesn't look anything like the Spider-Man logo, but I had to do it fast, okay? But yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming is obviously about Spider-Man and Peter Parker, and it's about it's not it's an origin story, but not really. It's not an origin story of the character. It's more like an origin story of the character inside the cinematic universe. But the character is already developed, which I liked, and I like that the movie is it's more I'm sorry. It stars it doesn't start with Uncle Ben dying or he getting bitten or whatever. And with good power comes great responsibility. It's almost aware that there has been like a shit ton of Spider-Man reboots recently, so they're like, okay, let's take this shit and it's focused on making it like a normal, fun movie instead of an origin story or whatever. So yeah, this movie is about Peter Parker after the events of Civil War and how he's super excited to be an Avenger, but they never actually call him because he's still pretty damn young. And he tries to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He has to be a good boy and helps people. And so yeah, and and what I liked about this movie, it's not just a Spider-Man movie. It's a Peter Parker movie because he has high school problems. There's Flash who bullies him. He has this nerdy friend. He's in love with this girl, not Mary Jane, at least until the end. At least I think it's her, right? I mean, she says they like to call me MJ, which like, oh, okay. so yeah, what else? And and then so that he can be more useful, he tries to go against this guy who's known as the Voltron, played by Michael Keaton, which fuck yeah, I love Michael Keaton. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a basic story and a very fun story, because this movie is actually a pretty fun movie. It's a pretty solid, fun movie. Comparing to, for example, okay, like Guardians of the Galaxy, or for example, a movie that also came out, that year, which is Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought, at least in my opinion, it's a better movie. Like, at least in my taste. However, this movie is a pretty fun movie. It's a pretty fun, solid movie. Tom Holland is fucking great as Peter Parker. I love like Maguire. I love Andrew Garfield, but Tom Holland is just downright perfect. Not just as Spider-Man, but also as Peter Parker. And also the other characters are also pretty fun. I loved the villain, which is kind of weird saying that because because like villains in Marvel movies are often pretty fucking bland, but they are really up in the game with the villains because, like I said, in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I loved Ego. They're saying the new villain of Black Panther is also pretty damn good. And this one, Michael Keaton, is also a pretty good villain. I like them. Like again, he has that Michael Keaton charm, I guess you can say that. And it has legitimately a twist I didn't see coming, which is odd because this movie is not the most uh the most shocking movie. It is kind of a little bit predictable, but the thing with Michael Keaton, I did not expect that at all. That legitimately caught me on guard, so I gotta clap that. And it is a very legitimately, you know, disturbing scene. Well, not disturbing, just uneasy scene when he's talking to Peter. You know, he's going, "Yo, I know who you are," and if you leave me alone, I won't do shit to you, but fuck off or I'll kill you. So yeah, and also it also kind of weirds me out that Robert Downey Jr. is fucking everywhere in the marketing, but in the movie he's barely in it. Like I guess he's in the mentor, but he barely is in it. Like I said, but I actually kind of like that because I was worried the movie would be Iron Man 4 plus Spider-Man. But he was good. He's the charm. He has the charm that Robert Downey Jr. has, which I love. And every character okay, so yeah, the nerdy friend I really like. He was pretty funny. Um, the love interest, I guess she's fine. She's an okay. She's a good okay character. Flash, it's kind of weird. I like he's supposed to be the bully or whatever, but I don't know why he bullies him. Like okay because he's smart. Not really. He often he often makes mistakes. Is it because he's a jock? Like Flash is supposed to be? Well, not really. He's very short. I guess because he's a DJ. I guess so because you can say because he's funny. I mean, not really. His main joke is he calls him Penis Parker. Genius. Fucking comedy gold, am I right? So yeah, like Flash character, like I thought it was kind of weird, but whatever. Yeah. Ah, I'm falling asleep, everyone. Um, but yeah, Flash was a little weird. Zendaya was an okay character. The nerdy friend I really liked, but the really highlights are Spider-Man slash Peter Parker and Michael Keaton, and or should I say the Vulture. The Vulture has a really good design. Like I really like the design of the Vulture and the character itself. But yeah, the story is basic. It's a basic fun story. Like I said, like the other thing that really shocked me was the twist with the Vulture, which I legitimately didn't caught me off guard. Um, also, should I say this isn't actually the first scene the first time I've seen this. This is the second time. The first I actually saw it when it first came out. I thought it was pretty damn good. Now I still think it. I don't think it's as awesome as I thought it was. Like literally like a little bit less of a year ago, but it's still a pretty solid movie. It is very rewatchable. Like it's the only thing that is kind of lame the second time you watch it that you can see the twist coming because you already saw it. So I guess that part is kind of ruined, but that's kind of on you if you really decide to watch it again. But aside from that, it's a very rewatchable movie. Um, so yeah, it's a pretty solid, good Marvel movie. It's not that amazing. It's fun. It's a fun Spider-Man movie. If I would give it a rating, I guess I could give it a I was thinking of an 8, but maybe that's a little too much. So I guess I could give it a 7, 7 out of 5. I'll give it a 7 out of 7.5. I'm sorry. So yeah, Spider-Man movie, 7 out of 5. The acting is good for the most part. The story is fluid. The villain is pretty awesome. The score by Michael Giacchino is actually pretty fun. I really like the real remix he did for, well, not remix or recomposition, if you will, of the original, like that classic tune from Mr. Spider-Man Boy. But yeah, I guess that's about it. That's about it for the movie, and that's about it from this Twitch stream. I guess yeah, that's all the movies. And I wanted to do two more, but fucking, I've been like 2 years, like I've been like 2 years, 2 hours here already. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed it. This took a shit ton of work. Like I did all the I did all the goddamn logos and the books and all this shit that nobody gives a fuck about. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun talking about. I'm gonna do it again on March, obviously. So yeah, this has been the movies of the month with DCX64 of February 2018. I hope you guys really enjoyed. I'm really trying to to get up my game when it comes to criticisms of movies because I love movies so much. So I hope you guys join me in my little journey. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching or just hearing me and while doing this crazy ass shit. So yeah, thank you everybody so much for listening to me, for listening to watch my talk about movies, and yeah, I hope every single one of you has a great weekend. I love all of you. I really okay, like I think like every once in a while some guy like came over here in the stream. Like I saw like every once in a while there was like a one, and it got out like after a minute or something. So those people, thank you for for watching me for like a minute. I really appreciate it. So yeah, again, I've seen this like a million fucking times. I sound like a broken record, but whatever. Thanks for watching. I'll do it again next month, and I see I'll do more streams like games or some shit because I really want to start to do that again. It's fun. So yeah, thank you everybody so much again, and take care. Fuck, happy weekend. Bye. Take care. Bye. 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 Fuck. Bye.